Well, hello everyone. Welcome to the Geek Chat. I am Beardy Rich.
I am
This is,
Black Beauty Des.
and we have got a great show full of a whole bunch of number ones for you, and a number 5, and a 35. But who's counting? Let's get started. Hey there, everyone. You are watching the Geek Chat on the Experience. I am Beardy Rich.
And again, I'm Black Beauty Des. How y'all
I wanted to
doing?
kind of change it up so people knew what they were getting into,
Oh, if they don't know by now.
Hey everyone, hope everyone is having a great Thursday. I know that I had fun reading comic books just for this show. Let me tell you, it wasn't that much torturous, but better than last week.
Yeah, I would have to agree with that. And it's been nice and sunny outside. I got to work from home, so that was great. And yeah, comics not too bad this week. There's one comic in particular that I cannot wait to hear my co-hosts their thoughts about it because he was really excited for it to come out. And so I made a conscious effort to read every bit of it, every word, every dialogue, everything about it.
And what book are we talking about?
They will have to keep tuned in to find out.
Well, good. Text me so I know.
Oh God. Anyway, so as every week, we always like to give something back to our community, and this week, we're giving away this fantastic number one for the hottest book of the week.
Oh my God.
Number one. The speculators are going crazy. It's not a variant, folks. It's just a very highly speculated on comic book.
Yes.
I was able to pick it up and we're going to give it away. And
I'm on eBay right now. $25, $35.
Yeah.
$25. First print, brand new.
Yeah.
Yes. So and we got it for you for free just for watching us. It's our thanks.
Yes.
For watching.
Yes. And just know that in the future, if you're able, if this book's, if you sell this book and you're able to send your firstborn to college, just think of us. Just think of, your friendly geeks. We were the ones that helped that. And if you want to name your child, Desi Rich, that's fine.
Desi
Rich or Rich Des. Richmond, yeah, yeah, any one of those, we will greatly appreciate it. But as usual, hashtag in the comment section wherever you're watching, whether it's on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, you name it. If you're watching on it, put hashtag in the Geek Chat. Of course, wake up your daughters, wake up your sons. It's fine. They don't have to do homework tonight. They can sit around and listen to us.
A baby that wants to go to sleep, have them listen to us.
Exactly. They'll probably hate you forever, but at least they'll go to sleep.
Hey Kenneth, hey Jabroni, hey Paul, welcome in everyone. Hey Phil,
also
welcome to Space Case Collectibles.
Also, we will be reviewing this book later.
Second segment
in the show, so please stay tuned for that, and do not let that our opinions dissuade you if you really want this. We want to give it to you. We want you to have it. So definitely put a hashtag in it because we want to give you this. And
put a hashtag in it. That's good.
Put the hashtag Geek Chat. Always like, share, subscribe. Tell your friends, tell your dogs,
grandma.
It's grandma. Teach your parrot how to say it over and over again. So when friends come over, they say, "Watch the Geek Chat. Watch the Geek Chat." It'll be awesome. So we want to go viral.
Hey, Bobs, welcome in.
I know this show isn't shot in HPV, but I want it to go viral. So
HPV, isn't that a disease you get?
Get it? It's a viral disease. Anyway.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm trying to make it funny. That was an old Shecky Davis Jr. joke. If you know, you know.
Bad. Hey TJ, I know.
Okay, so
I want to say something first.
Oh yes, please.
I want to say something.
Please.
So Image was really nice and sent us the ash can for the new Mask series that's coming out of the Energon universe. and I read it, and the art actually looks pretty good. I'm very excited for this book.
So we're gonna be reviewing it, I assume.
The number one when it comes out, definitely,
Okay.
definitely. Hey, Eddie.
Yes.
Okay,
Welcome
now we
in.
can continue on.
Yes,
Okay.
Kyle.
Did you get the Terminal ash cans too?
Yes.
Did you read those?
No.
I'm very excited to hear what you think of those.
Oh,
Because
well then, all right.
it is heavily influenced by something I know you like and have strong opinions about.
Oh, okay. Well, I will read it and tell you about it next week.
All righty. So you heard it here first. Hot off the presses, Rich will give a review of Mask #1. And
no, not Mask. Terminal. What's it called?
I thought that was a part of Mask.
No.
Kyle, what's it again?
Just Terminal.
It's just Terminal? Terminal?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm assuming it's about SFO
Something.
or LAX. I don't know. About airplanes.
Yes.
Having said that, we have a new trailer that was leaked online and that we actually watched. I know you watched it too. It will be Green Lanterns, or just Lanterns.
Just Lanterns.
Yeah. So I am going.
Hey, Steve.
I'm going to turn it over to Rich to see what your thoughts of that trailer was, sir.
Why me?
Because I want to hear your thoughts first. I want to get all the fun stuff out before we get to the real stuff.
Oh, okay.
Actually,
Hale's too old.
I'll be right back. My mom's calling me, so I'll be right back.
Okay. Great. I get to tell you, and he doesn't even get to hear it. I thought this trailer was amazing. I loved it. I can't wait to see the show. It looks so good. Okay, that's a complete lie. I don't understand this at all. You took one of the most not grounded stories in the DC context and said, guess what? We're going to make this grounded. No sense to me. Okay, that said, it's probably not going to suck as bad as Wonder Man. I'm glad Dez isn't here for that. Okay, we got some friction, the old guy versus the new guy. We get it. Disappointed we didn't get to see any special effects. We were talking about it. Coog and I were talking about it, and people at work were talking about it. And it's odd to see Hale flying with no green aura. And I don't understand maybe if this was because it was leaked, even though James Gunn was like, here it is. Don't know why we had no special effects. The ring is a little chunky for my tastes. Like, it's really chunky. I only wear one ring, and it's a silver band, so I'm not a jewelry kind of person. Though at one point my face was all pierced. That's a different kind of jewelry, though. Yeah, what did you all think? Because I know y'all got opinions in this chat. What did you all think? I know I watched Jay, Hydra Asylum. He did a review of it. What'd you think, Mr. Kyle? You don't watch trailers.
Well, I didn't watch trailers, but this guy looks like Temu David Duchovny.
That, yes. He's not, in my head, I guess, I never imagined Hale sounding like this, or being so old, or all the F-bombs. Like, I swear a lot. I don't on this show, because reasons. But even I was like, this is a little odd. This isn't Deadpool or Peacemaker. I didn't imagine Green Lanterns having an R rating. Lyle, you haven't seen it yet. Well, maybe wait till the official. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with this trailer. Online, they are having. Yep.
Go ahead. My understanding is that the special effects haven't been added. This is a wet your whistle kind of trailer.
Yeah.
Where it's gonna be a while before they get all of the animation and whatnot in it for the special effects. This is like those videos from Shrek where Donkey looked like he was all spiky.
Yeah.
Before they had finished it. But right, don't include it in official releases. Like,
yeah, if you're gonna release this, which I saw it from James Gunn's account, take that out. We didn't need to see it. Like, that's why you didn't want to show John saving himself in the car. Like, I get it, but then to show Hale flying, it just looked weird. And yeah, neither one, they don't look like the characters, even though everyone's saying the guy that plays John looks like him. I don't see that at all, especially the John that they portrayed in the comics. He's a little bit more like bigger chest. This guy's just big. Like he's just a big man. I don't know. That's my thoughts. No one else, really?
Yet.
No. Well, that's okay. We could talk about anything. What do you want to talk about? Let's talk about the ridiculously low print runs that comic book companies are doing now, which are causing these amazing sellouts.
Well, so Matthias and I had a conversation about this on the FOC show last week, and we have two problems, I think, that are happening. And you've been doing this a while, so I'd like to get your opinion on it, right?
Sure.
Do you remember the height of The Walking Dead? When
Yes,
everybody was coming into the shop every week looking for the next The Walking Dead.
Yes.
And they'd buy every Marvel #1, or not every Marvel, every Image #1, every Image first appearance, and treat it like it was gold.
Yes.
I think that's some of what's happening right now.
Yeah.
But I think Dork started a fire that it shouldn't have had to start. Brett Bean, being a known commodity from his work on I Hate Fairyland and that kind of stuff, had a book, so stores knew to order some, but because it wasn't a known book, they didn't order enough.
Right.
So Image didn't print enough. So all of a sudden, this book is hot. Now everybody's going, well, what's the next Dork? It's why we're calling it Dorking Out now. So they come in for White. They come in for White Sky. They come in for Murder Drones. Had a similar effect. They come in for the weird Cocaine Hippo book. And this week it's Nectar, which is Vault and not Image, and Cocaine Hippo is Dark Horse, I think. Anyway,
yeah.
And it's starting this trend of these are books that were underprinted because they were underordered because stores thought these might be good because there's people we know working on them, but not big enough names to really drive a big order. And so all of a sudden, the print runs are low on books that people want. Yeah,
this goes back to something that we've been very vocal about from the beginning when we started in 2006. If I could read the product and know what's coming and rate it, just number ones, and kind of gauge, and they did that for a very long time, and then a lot of retailers were bad and they would just put that out there, which ruined it for retailers who actually used that as a tool to order for your store, because a lot of people don't realize that none of this has been returnable for decades. There was a time when they were returnable. Well, retailers take the brunt of every order. So all the smaller shops don't have a lot of, money hanging around to order 50 copies of something that they've not read, for one, based on a name that isn't a giant name. Like if you weren't reading I Hate Fairyland, you might not know who he was. And some books that we've reviewed, I'm like, I think this could have been bigger, but print runs. And a lot of the smaller companies don't have giant print runs because they don't have the extra money. I mean, it's this giant cycle in which it's broke, but we're all still working. And it's in books like Absolute, all the Absolute line and Ultimate Spider-Man show that there are people there to buy this material. So,
but I think DC has a similar problem with Absolute, where they can't figure out how many to print. They don't know how many to print. Correct. Or they wouldn't have to be on the 37th print of Absolute Batman #1.
But again, another thing that is odd, and we've both been doing this for a while. It's very odd that 3 trades have come out and they're still printing that #1. That is also something. They're on, was it issue 16, 15 or 16?
16.
Are they up to 16? And they're still print, like that shows demand.
No,
for sure.
I think you're both right, but I think what's really, I don't know. I think it's just people are very like money is very tight right now. The economy is very tight right now, and so I think part of this is speculation as well as part of it is FOMO, um, for all that stuff. And so people, at some point want to catch on, um, even though they weren't at the beginning, they want to be along for the ride. I think, and I think
I think
for
that's
sure.
absolute, 100% absolute.
Yeah. I think that's one of the main things. And then you add press starting to come in, and like mainstream press starting to say how cool it is, and then the advent of social media. I think social media is really pushing it as well.
Well, so an interesting thing that happened with Dork, and I've spent a lot of time this week last few weeks researching this, right? Brett Bean did a massive, he was on our show, on the FOC show, did a massive push for Dork, and stores still didn't order as many as I would have thought they would have ordered for an Image #1 with a D&D bent, right?
Correct.
And so you still have this ridiculously low print run, even though Brett Bean was out there on all the big YouTube shows and our small YouTube show. And so all of a sudden, it lights this fire for what is the next thing that the speculators are driving, but also just the people who want to read the cool comic are diving into. And so
Dork
now
was
you have
good.
a problem. Right.
Dork was actually good. That's that's the other crazy thing. It wasn't a bad book. So I'm really hoping that all these people that are buying it for such big numbers aren't just keeping it pressed to hope they can flip it. Like, crack it open and read it, because it was such a good story.
It was.
So what do you blame consumers? I don't want to say blame. Blame is not the right word. A lot of, like, when we send out our pull list, we kind of have to leave it up to them if they see something to then search it, or we suggest, hey, this book might be coming out. I know that a lot of shops offer pull lists, but would you say that? Because when I was just casually reading, before I knew what FOC, before I knew what any of this was, I had a pull list, and I would actively work on that pull list on my own, trying to find out what, because we did it in the days before the internet, so it was a little harder then too. But do you think that has anything to do with it?
I think the lack of Previews magazine is part of this. Is that 100%. The way so many, for lack of a better term, the way that so many old heads found out what was coming out doesn't exist anymore.
Correct.
And a lot of folks don't understand how to use League of Comic Geeks, or how to go to PRH Comics or LunarDistribution.com and look at their publicly available FOC lists.
Right.
And still don't bother calling their comic shop and saying, hey, this book looks dope, I want to order this. And I think what we're starting to see is stores say, hey, look, if you don't FOC this book, you don't order it pre-FOC, we're not going to guarantee it for you. We're not going to have it, because we can't spend the extra dough right now to make sure we have it.
Yeah.
So that's the other thing that's driving this, right? Is that people aren't getting on FOC, or they're 5 weeks behind, because that's when Dork came out, was 5 weeks ago. They're 5 weeks behind, and they're just finding out that, oh, I can go into my local comic shop and order something? What? It's like Sears, you can order something?
A lot of it comes to people training people too,
right, exactly.
about what's going on.
We're going to see a drive to FOC very quickly. Like, Clan McDonald made a big post about, hey, we're not going to offer these new hot books in our regular weekly claim sales. If you want to come pre-order them from us, we're happy to fill them, but we're not going to offer them. Like, people are going to start getting forced to play. So
yeah,
I don't know. It's interesting, but ridiculously small print runs is a thing. And Vault Comics, really, really, really small company.
Right.
Connector this week. Mad Cave.
Well, they did.
Right, Bob,
they did announce the second printing.
Right. Mad Cave is a really small company. They're growing,
right,
but Mark London is still basically the one dude running the whole thing.
Right.
So it's a really, really small company. So they're doing really small print runs just because that's all they can afford to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I take it no one liked Lanterns? Or they got for that long? I come back and you're talking about like scarcity and comics and whatnot.
It was a very short review because I said I loved it. It was amazing.
You
Great.
liked
I can't
it?
wait. Oh God, no! Come on now.
Okay, I didn't think so. I was like, what the hell?
I just want to say, hey, Super Zach 7, hey Ryan, Riley,
I have
hey
no
BB
idea.
Haunted Basement,
Yes, everybody, welcome in.
and yes, Steve.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this show. It looks too terrestrial. The old jaded Hal Jordan, is what we got, and the hot young rookie Jon Stewart. I don't know. I don't know. I don't. I honestly don't know, and I think people who are speculating that it's going to be like there are going to be aliens and they're going to be like a weird infiltration plot in a small town or something, and I really don't know. And then like I did not like the way the outfit looked, and I don't know. I don't know. I'm really concerned about this. It looks like it's taking place in a totally different universe than the DCU. I don't know. I don't know. I'm willing to try. I will keep an open mind, and I'll be willing to see what's going on. But I don't know. Like
it definitely can't be worse than Wonder Man. So
I hate you so much sometimes. Oh my God, I hate you so much sometimes. Anyway, so we will definitely be giving a review of Lanterns when it comes out. But yeah, for me, it's not looking very, very, very good. So
yeah.
But all right, let's get to some comics, folks. What's first on the deck? We got okay, so we are leading into the final of DCKO. So part of what we're going to be talking about is basically, the final. And I'd wanted to do this one from last week because it leads into the stuff that happens this week. And if you are not reading Superman or you did not read this issue, you are missing out, because I think this sets the stage for a couple of things that I'm like super excited for. And I'll tell you, once Rich finishes the credits.
All right. So writer Joshua Williamson, artists, 3 artists, guys: Eddie Barrows, Eber Ferreira, and Julio Ferreira.
Actually, those aren't the artists. It's only Eddie Burroughs, but they had 2 different inkers. I don't know why he had 2 inkers.
Oh, well, then they didn't say inker. They just said artist. That's weird.
Everyone's being credited as an artist.
Oh, colorist. Thank you for that. Is Alejandro Sanchez. The letter was Ariana Maher, and that cover right there is by Dan Mora. And Coog had to get the Chrissy Zulo Valentine's Day cover. He collected almost all of these.
It's adorable.
It is. So you liked it, I take it.
I did, and the reason why I liked it was, number one, it featured the Legion. Number two, this is a backdoor. I think the whole thing with the Legion, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the Legion right now, and this version of the Legion. I'm thinking what happened. This whole Superman arc with this version of the Legion was a backdoor pilot for the new Legion that we're going to be getting written by.
Well, it makes sense. He is the writer.
Well, no, when you read what happens at the end of KO, that was sprung out of this, because he's been planting seeds about the Legion, the Dark Side Legion, or the Omega Legion, is what they should have been called, and this Legion, even though they are kind of like hellbent and crazy and kind of like not or just kind of like very, indoctrinated by the Dark Side's leadership, they are still sort of, well, Saturn Girl has, she's pregnant basically with Lightning Lad's kid, and so Lois Lane basically she mind melds with Lois Lane, for lack of a better word, and they start sharing their feelings. And so Saturn Girl is, for lack of a better word, I use their terms, corrupted by Lois Lane's hope and wanting to have a family and wanting to love, and it kind of breaks her brain for a little bit, and then they retreat. Um, and it just, and they basically retreat into time, and they're like, we're gonna be caught by Darkseid now. We have failed him, and now he's gonna want to kill us. So so that's basically what happened to the Legion, and they follow up with that story at the end of DCKO number 5. But I liked how all of this was a wrap up to the smaller story, but led into the larger story. And the reason why I like this a lot is because this is the proper way to do an event tie-in book, where you have an actual story that has stakes, that actually informs the greater or larger narrative in a way that is meaningful, and doesn't feel like it's just a tie-in just to be a tie-in. And I think this is what Marvel does all the time, and they don't do this all the time, they do the other thing all the time, and it's embarrassing now. Like that whole Age of Revelation thing, that is the worst way to do tie-ins for a large scale event. DC right now did this, in my opinion, perfectly. And it was just great. It was just great. It had relevant information that led into the main event, KO. So I loved it, and I thought having Superboy Prime be in his hero era, I really liked. I really thought that it was good, and it was time for his image to be reformed, and I'm here for it. I'm here for him, righting the wrongs and seeing what's going to happen to his character now that he is, playing for the side of the angels or something like that. So I'm excited. I'm like, yes, and I'm excited for the Superman that's going to be coming. And I'm excited for the Legion that is coming, that came out of this book. Really, really good, very strong. And I really just really loved this book, and I loved the Darkseid Legion, and yeah. So, what were your thoughts, Rich?
So everything you said, 100%, I agree with, but there's more. This is the crazy thing about this issue and about this writer. What you talked about was only one of 3 plot threads in this book, and the book is a regular size book. Yeah. This writer managed to not only tell that story that Des talked about, but also about what Doomsday really is. And it progresses the Doomsday story that started 30 some odd years ago, and they're building upon it. They're not changing it. They're not altering it for no reason. They're building upon it. And that also continues into DCKO 5. But then you have at the end, you brought it up a little, you have the survivors, the people that are in the ships, and Jonathan and Martha are there, and they're introduced to Superboy Prime, who says, "You can call me Clark."
Yeah, I would like to be called Clark.
That, like, this book, like I said, it was only regular pages, 20, whatever the regular page count is now. But they managed to put so much in this issue that not only finishes a story, but starts another one. It was crazy. This is why I am loving DC Comics right now.
Yeah, and the fight between him and the Legion
was awesome. He held back.
He did. He held back. I love that he was like talking ish, and he was like holding back. He was like, and then so even then he's like still kind of like a teen, Only drawn like a man.
Yeah. So funny thing, we did our FOCs last Sunday, and all the new Superman stuff is coming up, and it's like the year of the Superboy or something.
Yes.
So I'm
Superboy.
passing on Jonathan. I happened to not care for Jonathan as a character.
He was much better as a kid, in my opinion, but I want to read him.
He with him and Damian running around. Yeah, I'm just not a fan of this new Superman boy son. But I did sign up for the Superman Prime series that I am interested in reading because of how they're trying to change his narrative and make him something that he wasn't. Yeah. I don't know. I this was a great issue, and if y'all trade weight, get this DC KO Superman tie-in. The whole thing has been great.
Yeah. All right. Up next, dun, 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 dun. DC KO number 5. We are done, folks. We're done. We're done. And yes, we had another earth-shattering, reality warping
event.
It was they should have called this Crisis Knockout.
Yes, they needed a crisis in there. Yeah. So Scott Snyder was the writer. Joshua Williamson was the interlude and coda writer. Javi Fernandez did the art for the main book. Zermanico did the interlude, pages 28 through 31. Wes Craig was the artist on the coda. And Alejandro Sanchez did the coloring, and Hassan Atsmain Alua did the lettering. And that main cover was by Javi Fernandez and Alejandro Sanchez. And then a whole bunch of variant covers. I got the Ian Bertram one because I love Ian Bertram's work like a lot.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
Okay. What'd you think of this? It ended and what?
I did the last one. Your turn.
Yeah, but you were the one that didn't want Superman to win.
Well, he didn't win.
Yeah, he was king for a day.
Lex Luthor won.
And then he was taken out by Superman.
Yeah, what was that?
And then he got taken out by Superman.
And Superman told his ass to sit down. I said, sit down. I got this.
You know what? Yeah. I think I enjoyed the first couple of issues more only because of the battles and the story unfolding. The fact that it's over, I'm kind of like, meh.
You and I are of the same mind on that.
Really?
The journey was so much better than the destination.
Yeah.
And the only reason why I'm saying this is at the end of the day, and I don't want to sound like this, but it's true.
Tell it.
Scott Snyder did this in Metal, and they did it in Doomsday Clock. Like that's the one thing is they gotta find another way to do this. I don't know. Like always making it a reality altering crisis is getting a bit tiresome, and I kind of hoped that it would have been a little bit, I don't know, a little bit smaller, or because at the end of the day, a lot of books are spanning out of this.
Oh yes,
and so basically what happens is the time trapper, who is Doomsday, was built not to kill Superman, but to have this endless cycle of rebirth and death. And so instead of being Superman's end, he needed to be Superman's beginning. That way Superman could face Apocalypse or become the Omega King. Because Superman, while Darkseid is the Omega, Superman is the Alpha. Sort of, but they never really played too much into that, and which I thought was not really. Well, I thought that was underutilized, because what was happening is they were so, and it took me 2 reads, but I finally got what was happening. So Darkseid was here, and he had already created his universe, and he was already there from the Big Bang and all the way, to there. So that's why Darkseid started to be stronger than Superman, because Superman had got his powers already. And so he basically forced Darkseid to chase him all the way to the beginning of the Big Bang, and then Superman was able to then seed himself or hope into the universe as it went forward. So where Darkseid had did that already because he had created that universe, Superman needed to go back and then basically reseed it to become as strong or stronger than Darkseid. And that's kind of how he was able to not beat him, but beat him back. And so that's basically what happened. It ended in somewhat of a stalemate, because you can't truly defeat Darkseid, just like you can't truly defeat Hope. So Superman basically just became the Omega King, which he should have became the Alpha King, because he is the wellspring of hope for the DC universe. And so there was a couple of things that they referenced in the narrative about how the universe kind of swings towards him already, and some other stuff. So yeah, it was just another kind of status quo thing about how Superman is the kind of an antithesis of hope for the DC universe. And I was like, okay, so it ended kind of how I was expecting it to end, even though I'd hoped that Superman wasn't going to be the victor, but that's basically how it ended. And the one problem that I have with that is it feels like this was done already. This has been done multiple times for DC. So, and that's what I mean. Like, DC has a fantastic build up, but the payoff, it's like seriously, it's like seeing really cool. It's like watching, because the Olympics just happened. So it's like watching a really fantastic, like, rhythmic gymnastics thing, but then the ending is always the same. Like, they always do a triple backflip dismount. And it's like, wow, the routine was good, but the dismount is always the same. And that's kind of what had happened. So for me, it was great leading up to it, but that ending is like, okay.
Yeah, I don't know what I was expecting. I think that's really it. I don't know what I wanted at the end of this journey we took. But like you said, it was fun getting there.
Mm-hmm.
But then I got there and I'm like, I bought the t-shirt. Now what? Like, I just don't feel like I get how things can branch out of this now.
Oh yeah.
And it's interesting the ones they've selected to be part of this branching out. And they're really trying to make these heroes that, hell, in the 80s were big. They had long runs of series, but it just seems now they can't catch a break for fill in the blank. So now we're going to try it again. So Kate's going to get another book. Jonah Hex is going to get another book. Firestorm is going to get another book. We're going to get all these new number ones, which I've read the Deathstroke one, and I read the Firestorm one. So I can't wait to talk to you about them.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't. Again, this was an initiative to restart some stuff, and that's fine. That's fine. I don't know where Superman's gonna be. He's okay. So
gone for at least a year, I bet.
Yeah. So let's talk about what came out of DCKO. All right.
I just did.
No. I mean, like, the things that we're sort of excited about, because a couple things that so they gave basically a splash page of the ripple effect of things that are happening. So there's two things that I really, really were excited about. Number one was of course the Legion. The Legion now does not have access to get back to the Darkseid universe, so they are stuck in the Prime DC's future. So are they going to be the catalyst for this or the Prime Universe's Legion of Superheroes? Are they going to pick up where they left off? Sorry, because I don't know. we haven't had the Legion in this new 52. So I don't. So this is like, are they the new, Legion of Superheroes?
We
Who's
won't
going to
know
take
until it
over?
comes out.
But the thing is, see, but that's the thing that I think is going to be interesting is I think they are. I think that they are going to be the Legion of the future, and they're going to have to do two things: accept that they want to be heroes and change who they are, and two, I think that their baby, something's gonna something's gonna happen with their kid.
Yeah, it's going to be Validus.
You think so?
Wouldn't that be fun?
No, it'd be crazy. I mean, it'd be funny, but so I'm excited. I'm excited for this new version of the Legion, and to see how they are going to influence the 31st century, or of DCU. So I'm actually kind of excited. Like, that was some like cool shit that happened to me when I saw that, and I was
I'm
like,
going to say this. You've been talking about this, and I'm like, yeah, it's not going to happen. But I have to say, if they do use the corrupted Legion, and we actually read in 12 issues or more the change of these kids and how they become good, I think you've got something there.
Mm-hmm.
I really do. So,
yep. And then,
oh yeah, we got to mention the crisis of absolute proportions.
It's absolute crisis.
So yes, easy reader.
Yes, it is. It is absolute. There will be an absolute crisis, because
I think that's too much so far.
Well,
too much too soon.
Well, because Darkseid said that, and I didn't realize this, but on all the other 52 realities, there was a fight. I didn't realize that, because they didn't allude to it. So in all these other realities, there was a version of the KO event on all these different realities. Yeah. So I have no idea what Absolute Crisis is going to be. No one does, I think, at this point, but I think that'll be the first crisis. And my hope of hopes, is that they do not do a ultimatum thing and squash the universes together. Please don't do that. Yes, Kyle.
Well, I've been saying for a while that Absolute Crisis is going to be the thing that lets you understand how the main DC universe and the Absolute DC universe are connected.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, you're going to see Darkseid versus Darkseid. Mm-hmm. Or something to that effect, right? Earth A Darkseid versus Earth X Darkseid, right? That's going to kind of figure out, how we work together as Darkseids to create both things that work for us. Mm-hmm. And I think I think there's a lot of potential for the Absolute Crisis to be an absolute crisis, because none of the characters we want to see in an Absolute book are absolutely in this book.
Oh. I mean, and again, I think that would be really kind of cool, but I know that for a while now, they have, since I think Grant Morrison, they've been trying to establish Darkseid as a concept who defies, individual realities, whereas Superman does not. So it's like that Transformers, in which Unicron, the World Eater, is in all realities, and there's only one Prime in each of them. And so, and I think that's something that they might be trying to
establish
or establish, so that's why we have all these Supermen, who might have to join forces in order to fight the singular entity that is Darkseid. So, but who knows? But so, I mean, I'm excited
Sophie teleports. She's a teleporting cat, so she teleported over here to say hi, give me some scritches, and then went back.
Did Coog tell you that I got to see Rue on Wednesday?
Yes. She recognized you.
She gave me licks. I was like, "Hey, little girl, you remember? 16
That's
years."
Gross.
My God. Yeah, she gave me licks. So her face is all white. She's an old lady.
She's an old lady.
She's like your beard. She's all white.
Hey.
So yeah, I mean, overall, solid B event.
What are you taking off for the art?
Um, the art was a C. I think he kind of stepped it up a little bit more for this issue, but at the end of the day, it just wasn't the artist wasn't a good fit. I'm sorry.
No.
For something as massive as this, you needed a more stellar artist. And I don't understand why they just didn't have Dan Mora do it or someone with a much more clearer style. I'm not trying to
No,
be
I know.
mean. It's just
I mean,
he's
he's
like
already penciling like 32 books, so
yeah. So
yes,
The guy they wanted still hasn't finished Hush.
Oh, really? Okay, if they
I don't
wanted
know. I'm
Jim
just
Lee
being
to do
salty
this,
about not finishing Hush.
oh, okay. I'm like, he should have started this 10 years ago.
Yeah. Hey, but we're getting a Gambit. We're getting a Gambit in the Superman Spider-Man.
I know.
So people are losing their ish about that. So alrighty, everybody. DCKO is over. On to the new stuff. Nectar, number 1. This is the speculator book that everyone is super crazy about right now. Again, you could win this. # Geek Chat in the yeah, you can win it for free. Send your kid to college. So
Jesus. All right, so Vault presents Nectar. Writer, creator, Jeremy Robinson. Artists, inks by Anna Paolo Martello. Layouts by Francesco Francini. The colorist is Steve Cannon. The letterer is Jim Campbell with And World Design. And that cover was by... Who's the cover by? Chris Sheehan. It's on the back.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. So butterflies.
I know you hate period piece stories.
I didn't hate this. This is going to shock everyone. I was ready to hate this book because I read the premise and I'm like,
ugh, I hate butterflies.
Killer butterflies, really? And then I read it and I was like, oh, they did a really good job making me as the reader feel very like, what the hell did I just read? I got to read the next one. I literally got up and I was like, oh, I want the next issue.
Oh my God.
They did their job with me. The art was very stylized and it reminded me of old Vertigo books.
I can see that.
And I loved it. And I love this, what's his name? Abel? What's the doctor's name? Amos?
Andy?
Amos. Dr. Amos. He's really a compelling character.
Yes, he's the reader. He liked it.
I did. I really liked this. And it's funny because I'm not going to spoil it at all because I really want people to read this. What happens when you do get bit by a butterfly is kind of crazy.
Yeah. And then there was something else that was going on because, you know, when the little girl was doing her like thing, what happened to the other girl? Like, I wasn't sure what happened to her. Did she pass out? Like, and then the woodsman. So there are these
little mysteries.
Yeah, there are these butterflies who are you know, messing with people in Salem, Massachusetts, and they're not supposed to be there. And the guy who was he collects I think it's not an ornithologist. That's a study of birds, but I can't remember what it's called when you study insects, especially butterflies. So, but he doesn't know what's going on with the butterflies either. Weird stuff ensues. Again, it read and felt like the beginning of a streaming series. Yes, entomology.
Thank you, Steve.
So he's an entomologist, and he was like trying to have the girls identify the butterfly that bit her, and she couldn't find it. And so, and there's like this big flock that's coming. So I don't know what's gonna happen. Part of me was kind of interested in it as well. I thought it moved really quickly.
Yes,
and I think that's another reason why I thought that it made it seem like it was a first episode, because it moved and it gave you a lot to kind of like it gave you a lot to sink your teeth in, but not enough to. It gave you just enough to to really be like, what's going on, you know? And I think the premise is really interesting, like because you don't think butterflies are going to be dangerous, and then they are, and so like you're asking questions like, why are they dangerous? What's going on?
There is enough in this
Yeah,
that it did what a number one, in my opinion, is supposed to do, and I am hooked. I am here for this ride.
that
I'm ready for it. I want to
so
know.
that cover though, I that cover is very
Disturbing.
off-putting. Well, the reason why is because I thought, like, I didn't look at it in the whole, like in the, like everything. I thought that that was a butterfly sitting on the top of it's the center of most flowers. They have can't
A
remember the type of,
piston, a stamen.
no,
I
no,
don't
no,
know.
it's
That's all I know about flowers.
it's a hard, like a, it's just with the C, I think. A anyway, a crocus or something where they sat. I thought it was sitting on that, but then I looked at it and I was like, oh, it's on someone's tongue. It's on a
It's on
woman's
a face,
tongue.
yeah.
And it's a face. And I was like, oh damn, you know. So again, I don't know. I think for this one, I would definitely want to pick it up as a trade and read it all the way through. And I think it's just because I'm in that mind of wanting to binge things, and
Yeah.
for whatever reason this is striking me like a Netflix show, and I really believe that this would make a really good one just from the beginning. I think I don't know, I just think it would be very interesting. It was good, like it was good, but I'm of two minds of this, because like I don't know if I would spend the time to read it like as a serial,
Or just wait.
or just wait for the whole thing.
Yeah,
Because
that
some
makes
things you're
sense.
like, well, because like that brutal the brutal dark that we read, that feels 100% like I should read that as full on 100%. This one though, the mystery, might be compelling enough to read it individually. That way I can be kind of interested each time that I read it.
Yeah.
Each book that comes out. So it's weird. It's But
Hey, welcome in, Garth Wong.
yes. All right. We got time for one more before I take our break. So what's up next?
What's up next is Star Wars Shadow of Maul.
Bum, bum, bum.
This is the number one.
Hi,
Benjamin
Garfwong.
Percy was the writer. Madabek Muskabekov is the artist. Luis Guerrero was the color artist. VC's Joe Caramagna was the letterer. And that cover right there was done by Derek Chu. I got the Dan Panosian cover because I love Dan Panosian. And now that I know how to say his name, thanks to Triple B. I said it wrong for so many years.
So, fun fact, all the comic stores around me were sold out of it.
Yes, I find that really interesting. When you texted me that, I was like, that's crazy.
People love Darth Maul for some reason.
I do too. That's why I wanted to read it.
Yeah, I think he's just that underdog. I think the best thing they did was cut him in half in episode 1, and I've never, besides Boba Fett, I've never seen a character have such long legs.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So although this was definitely a shadow, because he was only in it at the end. He was only in it at the end. Okay, you're gonna have to give me a little backstory, because I know this is from I know this probably is from the Rebels and all that other stuff, right? Or is this something completely new?
Something completely new.
Oh.
That really? I know. I don't know. I really don't know. I
thought he was really big in Rebels though.
He was.
So is this before or after? Well, I don't know.
I have no clue.
Does he have legs? I didn't know if he had legs or not.
In this?
Yeah. Because they didn't show his bottom half, so I wasn't sure if he had like regular legs. I know he had like mechanical legs.
On the very back page.
Oh yeah, so I guess he So maybe.
Did you read this?
I did.
Okay.
I did.
But
again, I thought he had robotic legs. I thought he was bionic now.
Yes. So I have to tell you, I was really looking forward to this book, and it was terrible.
Whoa!
I'm gonna ignore this and just read the number 2, because you're on the cut? Why is your name on it? You're in one page. I mean, there's setup, and then there's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, I have to agree with you on that. Like,
effing F?
Yeah, I didn't sign on for a smuggler cop. I'm sorry, a detective turned cop who's stopping a smuggling trade. Like, and
no,
it was like Gotham. Seriously, it was like Star Wars meets Gotham. So
yes, where Batman never shows up.
I don't know. He shows up at the end.
Yeah. I mean, at least he showed up on the page. I got almost to the end, and I'm like, otherwise, everyone, it was not a bad book. The art didn't suck.
Yeah, the art was pretty good.
But what the hell? Benjamin Percy, you are a better writer than this.
It was.
Now, maybe I'm going to go by your logic. Ready? I'm going to go by your logic.
What?
Maybe this reads amazing in a trade because I won't have to stop. I'll be actually able to read. So maybe this will read amazing in a trade. So I will not read the rest of this series. I will just buy the trade. Thank you for deciding that for me, Des.
No, it's just okay. So I like Star Wars, and I didn't watch Rebels at all. So
you should have. You really got to go back. You guys should watch it.
Okay, I'll ask Paul. We can sit down and binge it or something. So I never watched it, and so I don't know what's going on with Darth Maul stuff. So then at the end of Solo, which no one saw, but I actually thought was pretty good. When Maul shows up, everyone in my theater exploded with like, yeah, but then of course the movie no one liked the movie, so we're not going to see where that led. But now we get this supposedly, a Maul TV show coming, Darth Maul TV series coming. So
I'm looking forward to that too.
That'll be hold on. He might only show up in the last 3 minutes of the show.
You watch 5 episodes and he shows up in this 6 and he's like, I'm here.
No, I mean, I read it and I was just like, okay, we're getting a different, facet of this much larger world of Star Wars, because it's always, people are always talking about the Jedis and this and that, so it was refreshing to see a little bit about this cop and but I was expecting like Darth Maul to be, someone that he's meeting, or Darth Maul to like pop. I was expecting him to show up a little bit sooner, because I literally like about 75% of the book, I'm like, I look back at the cover and I'm like, okay, so, and then it got to it, he's in like the last 2 pages, and I was like, okay, well, this is obviously him, but it's like, I don't know. So of course, this cop is going to come into conflict with Darth Maul and the droid at some point. So I don't know how this cop can do anything about Darth Maul. I mean, like he's damn near he's a Sith. So I don't know. So the part of me is kind of like, I don't know where this is gonna go. So
are you two on some kind of sync today? Are you both?
So the experience says, did you hear about all the D+ shows starring Ray Park? They were all good, but once you've seen one, you've seen them all.
On that note,
we're gonna take our break.
I'll see myself out.
Yes, I gotta go to the restroom for that one. So we'll be back after these guys.
FOC, a comic industry term for the final day a new comic can be ordered by a local comic shop. So what does that mean to you? Well, it's your last chance to order a new comic book from your local comic shop. Order up! The FOC show will go over every book that's about to be cut off every Friday afternoon.
I'm going to highlight some of the stuff that I think is really worth paying attention to.
So that you can put in an order at your LCS for as many copies or as many variant covers as you want.
Sometimes the store needs to know to up their orders.
Never miss out on a popular comic again. Order up, part of the experience. Sure, comic books are beautiful, but underneath, there's something more authentic and exciting. The original art. See the pencils, the lines, the shading, as if you were there in the studio watching the artist work. Getting a peek at comics' backstage is easy with the original art experience.
All right, Friday night, guys. Thank you for being here. To be doing anything, the fact that you're here means the world to me.
Nick's pieces are always value priced with your budget in mind, for the beginning collector to the veteran.
And this is gorgeous. You got Aquaman and Mira.
Join the original art experience with Nick and our friendly crew of regulars, even if it's just to enjoy the art. Fridays at 7. It's all part of the experience.
Hey everyone, welcome back. You are watching the Geek Chat on the Experience. I am Beardy Rich.
And I'm Black Beardy Des. Hi everybody.
Hi.
And Kyle, what you got lined up for the fabulous folks who check out the Experience?
I can't tell you. I've been put in timeout by my own joke.
Well, we release you we release you this one time to promote shows, sir.
Tomorrow on the FOC show at 1:00, we will have Joe Pruitt will be joining us to talk about some of the new things coming from Desperado Publishing, including the return of Negative Burn, which will be coming out through, I believe, Image Comics in the near future. Right now it's on crowdfunding, and it'll be coming out from Image Comics in the future. And then we will also be joined by Billy Flake, who will be the new third banana on the FOC show, filling in for me on weeks when I can't be there, filling in for Matthias when he can't be there. Billy is in charge of ordering for Coliseum of Comics, which is the third largest chain of comic shops in the country. So he does more FOC than anyone has any right to. And I'll be honest, we're letting him do the show just because he needs to talk to other people and not look at spreadsheets. Then Nick is doing his original art show tomorrow night, and I just want to point out, Nick is he's always selling his own original art. It's stuff that he has collected, over the years. But on tomorrow night's show in particular, and this is starting something that we're going to be doing in a couple of weeks here on the Experience that we will hopefully announce tomorrow night on his show, he'll be donating part of his proceeds to the Wounded Warrior Project to support the families and the people who are being so affected by what is happening in the world right now. So that will be part of that. And then Nancy will be here with her normal Friday night vintage and request show. Then next Monday we'll have Rex and Comic Collectibles, and we'll see. I may do another Dollars for Donut show next Monday. We'll just have to see. I'm still trying to sell enough $1 comics to buy almost $500 worth of hardcover novels about a dude and a talking cat trapped in a dungeon called Dungeon Crawler Carl. I particularly want you to read it because I know you're a D&D player.
Oh gosh.
It's lit RPG.
And I love cats, so
yes, it feels like it feels like
sorry.
Like what? That was an odd angle for a second there, sir.
It's like, glad you're wearing pants.
Yes, it's lit RPG. And here's the thing. The main character in Dungeon Crawler Carl isn't. He's fighting orcs and goblins and stuff while in heart boxers. So it is a very funny book. Very fun story. Lit RPG. It feels like a video game or a tabletop RPG that has gone totally off the rails. So anyway, we'll be doing that Monday, and then Bronze and Big B will be back with their show Monday night, Best Coast Comics. And then all next week, there will be sales live from Kyle's Hotel Room in Baltimore, as well as other great pop-up shows next week on the Experience for some other things we're doing. So
cool.
Stick around for that.
Yeah, I heard the Cyclops Fan Appreciation Club is going to be doing a show too. So please check it out.
Well, we will be launching the Society for the Eradication of Cyclops.
What? How dare you?
I'll be a part of that.
We just want him to get a second eye, man. Like, just have a surgery or something.
Yeah, get to.
We need the drum snare because there's another one we missed. After the series, the title character will spend a night out in the town, splurging his wealth in shopping mall. Yes.
Yes. See all you folks who watch this. Oh God,
yes!
no. See all you folks who watch this after the fact and don't watch this live. You could be a part of these puns too. You know,
it's
more
very
than
punny
warrior.
up in here.
You know, bring all your dads. We love dad jokes. So okay.
It's not the dun 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 I thought it was. Sorry.
Yeah. You thought okay. So we also are giving away a comic book. We're giving away the super hot comic book Nectar #1. It's selling for a lot of money on eBay. So for some monies, and we can give that to all of you. Well, one of you for free. All you have to do is
we only have one.
Exactly. Yeah, we only got one. So, but we can definitely get it to you. Speaking of. Last week, Jordan Can 5491. If you were in the room, please fill out the form with your address. That way we can get you last week's Punisher book. So Punisher #1 variant. So please do that. We want to send it to you because I don't want Rich to have it. No, I don't. So, alrighty. Next up. So this is the book. This is the book that I read twice because I want to see what Rich has. He posted on his Twitter, oh my God, I hope it's good. Oh, so I have my own thoughts about what he's going to be thinking about it, but I really want to wait. Like I want to hear it from the beard himself, to see how he what he thought about it. I thought the cover was great, by the way. So
I got the Swaby cover. I fell in love with that when he posted it on Twitter.
Oh, I didn't see that one. Oh, yeah, wow.
It's gorgeous. It's the costume she should be wearing on the inside.
Oh.
All right. So Ashley Allen did the writing. The artist is
somebody.
Eduardo Audino. The color artist is Arthur Hesley. And VC's Clayton Cowles did the lettering, and the cover was German Peralta. And then a whole bunch of variants.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, whole bunch. But I like the Swaby. Okay. Danny. Psych, Mirage, Moonstar, member of the MLF, member of S.H.I.E.L.D., never an Avenger. What?
Original New Mutant?
The OG 5, the 05. Finally, in 2026, gets a miniseries. And I'm disappointed that it was a continuation of a story I didn't read.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, kind of disappointed in that, if anything. I didn't read the Magic series, so I guess bad on me for not enjoying that book. And yeah.
So do I take it that you are not a fan of this book?
Okay. So I've been doing a lot of thinking because it's funny when we talk.
It is.
Like earlier, I like Superboy Prime. He's older. He's what I remember. I'm not a fan of the new son, Jonathan, because last I read him, he was a child. Now he's an adult. I don't follow Superman. So I am more inclined to go for the super that fits into my preferences. So while reading Moonstar, that came into my head. this isn't a story written for me as a fan of her from the 80s. This is written for new readers who have rediscovered this character either from Magic's book or the New Mutants that ran during the Krakoa era, which even in the Krakoa era, she was written kind of both ways, meaning what I remembered and also this new version of her with all this guilt. Everyone's got guilt now. That's like the new Marvel thing, guilt. So no, I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it. That kind of is where I'm sitting on the fence right now. I just don't know. I honestly don't know if I will continue with this.
Ooh.
And that hurts as someone who I love the OGs. Like, I really feel like they really should be in the forefront of more books now as they were intended to be. But that's not where it goes. That's not Marvel being Marvel. That is, they're forgotten. And they'll show up by a writer that likes them, forgetting that there's a ton of fans out there who long for a book with those 5 characters in it. They don't have to act like they did, 25, 30 years ago. Grow a little, but we all know how Marvel feels about characters growing, and I can't wait to talk about that in the next book. So I have talked too much. What did you think of this book?
I thought the art was good, but it was very loose and weak in other areas. I thought that was one of the things that kind of hurt the book a little bit, in my opinion. Because there's definitely a Marvel style that they look for, and the style gets close, but it is a little weak at in some instances.
And the lack of backgrounds is very, very noticeable.
Very evident.
Very noticeable.
I thought the villain was a second-rate or third-rate Hela, in male form. I didn't understand him. I understood his motivations, but at the same time, I didn't really, I don't, and so he's trying to siphon souls that way he can go to the afterlife. And so he's been trying to slowly but surely find these relics that would allow him to do that. And now, Jenny has to stand in the way. So that kind of is where we're at with the story, and I'm trying to see if I want to rock with that story or not. And I'm really trying hard to not be that old geek who would have loved to have her do something that was reminiscent from the 90s or from the 80s, right, or continue a story that was already established, and then continue that story instead of starting fresh with something new.
Well, that's what they did.
Well, no. I'm something older. Like, I didn't read the Magic stuff, but it seems like people have a very limited span of what they're going to, or at least the editors believe that people have a small, window of things that they want to be interested in. But at the same time, I think Marvel is kind of scared of its own continuity, because I think this would have been fantastic for them to reference something older that happened, and then, hopefully be like, spark some interest, God forbid, spark some interest in an older story that came out in the early 2000s or came out in the 90s or came out in the 80s, and then, and then follow up on that or make something like that happen. That way people can go back and try to pick up the issues that they're referring to. That would be kind of cool.
Well, let's play like you do. You always come up with another storyline building on what was in the book. What if they referenced the fact that, there's no more Asgard?
Nope.
They referenced it
Yeah, which I thought was great. That was great. I was like, okay,
yes.
cool. We're talking about her Valkyrie heritage, and I thought,
well, that's what I'm saying. Maybe they should have leaned into that a little bit more.
More exactly. And instead of not creating, but still having this new person, because for whatever reason they probably couldn't use Hela because she's doing the thing over there with Null. Do something else with it, have her and Valkyrie go do something together. I think that would have been really great. Or have her, I thought it was great that she had God, I can never remember her horse. Her horse.
Brightwind,
thank you. Have her, and then or if you really want to do something, have her team up with the mutant from Rogue's team that has a horse. There you go. Get the equestrians in there. Serious, one of the things I've heard about gaming and comic books specifically, or Hasbro said this specifically, that a lot of these stuff is geared towards males, and this could have been a perfect way. I'm probably pandering. Don't kill me. If you like, women-led comics, put her in here. And then you got the equestrians, and then you got girls who like, horses, and then you have strong Valkyries, and then they go off and they do something. I don't know.
And then they all shower together. Is that what you're saying?
Definitely, see, Rich. Now you're taking it, to a different space. Thank God we're closing with a book about representation. But no,
we're not.
I probably will read. Yeah, I don't want to do the last one. We're probably going to read this in trade. I know it sounds terrible because like a lot of this short stuff is we do it in trade, but it's just easier. It's just so much easier nowadays. It's terrible. Okay, so the last book we're going to talk about probably is Iceman Omega. This is. Okay. So number one, it's hella old because it was an Infinity comic. So if you had the Marvel app, you already had this, and I had the Marvel app for a while, so I read most of this already. And that's one. Number two, it's hella gay. Like it is hella gay, and so I'm thinking they released it now, which is surprising to me because I totally thought this would have been like, Pride Month cannon fodder for Marvel. Like seriously,
it should have been.
It could have been, right? If they didn't, they're just like,
again.
We'll just do it
why
now.
the hell?
And it's during the Crystal era, so it's like
okay. So writer and artist is Luciano Vecchio. The letters are VC's Joe Sabino with VC's Travis Lanham and VC's Ariana Maher. A lot of VCs.
A lot of VCs.
That cover was done by Luciano Vecchio, and I got the Lucas Werneck cover just because it's a little different. Just a little different.
He's very happy on that cover. I saw that cover, and I'm like, nah, he's a little too happy for me.
Okay, so it's really weird. Growing up, I always thought it was weird. Not weird, bad, but weird, really good. That when George Perez, I would get one of his comics, you could see their eye color. And as a kid, that just was, it kind of was really cool that, and it was only really in his books. You really wouldn't notice eye colors. And the other thing that's really weird is when artists draw individual teeth. Yeah. And on Iceman, the fact that they're the same color as his skin, just that it's a very striking. The last person who drew teeth really striking was Brandon Peterson, I believe. He was one of them who would draw a cover with Bishop, and I think he draws each individual. Like it's really odd if it's the cover I'm thinking. So
coming.
Oh my God! Yeah, you got the news.
Yeah,
you excited?
Yeah,
I'm excited because we get to see Shard again.
Thank you. That's what I was going to say. Bring me Shard.
Yes.
Let's go.
Okay. This comic, I didn't read any of it when it was being released. I don't like to read comics on my computer. Oh my God, you made me read Narco for nothing. It took me forever
said
to
you
read
didn't
that.
get the PDF.
I had to keep doing this, and it would go just a little bit at a time. It took me like 10 minutes to read 3 pages.
You told me you didn't have the PDF, and so I took it
said
off.
I did have it.
You said no.
It was like reading on an old dial-up. That's how tough it was. And half of the people in here probably never read on an old dial-up.
No.
Shard with a D. Shard. I don't pronounce my D's that often.
No, not with the T, with the D. Anyway.
Yeah.
So Iceman Omega. Basically, this is Iceman, kissing people left and right, going on vacations and fighting people. Literally. Like it literally was like a circuit party.
and then his dad died.
And then his dad died. And then
it was done in the most. He's dead by. Because they spent issues focused on him and his dad. Issues.
Yes.
And then when his dad got beaten up by what was Friends of Humanity.
Yeah.
And because they knew Iceman was him, yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God. This book is an ad for chapstick prep and
white parties. Seriously, okay, I love the artwork. I thought the artwork was great, and there was so many little cheesecake moments in the book that I was like, okay, I see what you're doing there. And it was cool to see Iceman flex his powers. This was a nice little throwback to the Krakoa era. And seeing just how cool Iceman was a lot of fun, and the stuff that he did. I don't know, it's just no one ever. I don't think people take Iceman seriously, and this was even before he came out of the closet, they kind of made him gay. I don't know why they never. I think people are just scared to do stuff with Iceman because they have made him so powerful, and so to have this book come out, which was a celebration of his, identity, which was fun. Like it's a fun little read. I don't think it's $6.99 or $7 worth read, but it wasn't terrible. In the ending where they did the whole thing about, where they did a collage
come out of the freezer.
They did a
cooler.
Yeah. They did a whole bunch of collages about all the gay representation at Marvel. So again, it felt like, what it felt like? It felt like this book should have came out last year. And they just now got it printed or something because a lot of this that they're referring to happened during last year. So it really feels like they were like, something happened with the printer or something was wrong. And they're like, we're supposed to get this out. So let's just get it out now. And that's what they did. I don't know. It's not good. It's not bad. It doesn't really change anything about his character. It just makes him more comfortable with being gay because there's a lot of open displays of affection, which is great. Everyone is young and supple. So,
okay, let's talk about that. I love Luciano Vecchio's art. I have always liked him. Even before he was penciling for Marvel.
Yeah.
And this is his love letter. How I love Mystique. I swear I could write a great Mystique book. I felt like he has loved Iceman probably as long as he has been able to read.
Yeah.
He knows so much about him. The fact that he's a gay artist as well, to put that perspective into writing this character. The little one-liner jokes were really funny. I found myself laughing out loud a couple times. And I was like, the book evoked emotions. And it was funny because I joked about this book when it was first announced and all that. And I'm like, I don't want to read it. I did not enjoy the last writer of this book. And I did not care for that Iceman. I felt like that Iceman, much like I was talking about Moonstar, the Iceman that was in the series from 4 or 5 years ago was not my Iceman. And I hate saying it's mine. It's not mine. It's everyone's. It's not. It doesn't belong to anyone but Marvel.
Yeah.
But this Iceman, it killed me because I'm like, you should be so old. You were talking about the Defenders. in the 70s.
Yeah,
You should be at least rocking your 60s.
But they gave him the beard though. They gave him
Yeah,
him the
yeah.
beard,
But I'm
and you
saying
notice when he iced up, it had the little things for his beard
the
as well.
stubble.
Like,
And they reference, like, I love that Vecchio referenced the Age of Apocalypse, because when he was all iced up, he's like, oh, that's so 90s. So there were a lot of really nice references. If you've been reading X-Men books for a while, I appreciated that. It was great.
yeah. Again, I think you're 100% spot on. It was a love letter to Iceman, to gay people, to everybody who likes gay people. So full on. So
yes, the eye resembles the North Pole.
The top and the bottom. All right, everybody. Let's roll it, people. It's time to give away a comic book. We want you to get some money. We want you to send your kids to college. We want you to know that we love you. So
there's an asterisk. The Geek Chat or the Experience does not endorse, stand behind anything he just said.
What? We want people to go to college. Easy Reader. Yay!
Congratulations, Easy Reader. I hope you do read it, and I hope you do like it.
And I hope if you have kids, they get to go to college. Hopefully. But yeah, everybody, that's our show for tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in. Mog and Mel is next. And yeah, we love being here for you all. We love spending time with you. What's up?
Mog and Mel are not next. They're at Emerald City Comic Con.
Oh, well, hey.
So next is everybody gets to go to bed early tonight.
Oh, fantastic. So if you're in Seattle for Emerald City Con, go by and say hi. Buy some stuff from them. And yeah, Emerald City is a fantastic con. I've been there. I've tabled there a couple times when I used to sell comics. So I used to write and sell comics. So it's a really great con. So definitely if you're there, go say hi to them. And yeah, everybody, you all have a fantastic night. Rich?
I want to say thanks everyone for showing up. We'll be here for you next Thursday. More comics, more thoughts.
Yeah, same geeky time, same geeky channel. I'm Dez.
And I'm Beardy Rich.
And up top, we have producer Kyle. We'll see you all later. Bye.
Bye.